first, I think one of my biggest ones was releasing my own song. I wouldn't have ever imagined even producing music, like not just like releasing a song. I never really thought that was possible. And when it first happened and when I realized that, oh my God, I've actually like released a song, it was like this big, I don't know, like burst of emotion. Like, oh my God, I actually did this.
Welcome back. Today we are with our youngest client who finished Saanvi, age 12, learned how to produce in Ableton, and she's going to share with us her journey and experience. So let's dive right in. Saanvi, give us a little bit of your backstory, maybe some musical background, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so hi, my name is Saanvi Juneja. I'm 12 years old and I'm in seventh grade. I started producing music. I actually like began writing music like in May of 2021, mostly during quarantine, because I guess I've always had a sort of like liking for music and it's always been a passion of mine. At the moment, I'm actually in choir and I do a lot of solos, like out of choir and inside. And so I've always had a big passion of singing and music, and I've actually been playing piano for about 6 years right now. So when my uncle told me that his roommates actually like have a sort of pretty like they teach music production, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me learn that because I've been writing music. And I'm like, okay, what if I produce music for that and actually release a song? So that's how I met Ari and Geeth, who led me on this wonderful about 8 week journey, and helped me produce and release my first song, which is called Why, and it got released in August, to a lot of major music platforms. So that was a really big milestone for me, and since then I've still been producing music. I have continued to write music, and I'm going to soon be releasing my second single as well. So yeah.
That's amazing. So glad that you're continuing, and you started so young, and you just keep on practicing to get even better and better with Ableton. And before you know it, it's just like drinking water. It's so easy.
So Saanvi, you came to us without knowing anything about Ableton, right? Did you have any experience with music production, doing music on the software before?
I know that before I started using Ableton and learning from you guys, I tried producing on softwares like Soundtrap and BandLab and GarageBand, and I watched a lot of YouTube tutorials and stuff. And let's just say that was a pretty big fail, because nothing was able to really teach me how to properly produce music, and it was sort of frustrating. But yeah, I think I've really improved from that stage.
So Ableton, we taught you Ableton in what, like a couple of days, right? And everything else was you learning how to produce music. Was that challenging for you?
So yeah, I mean, like because I had no like music production experience in the past. Ari
Mm-hmm.
was able to give me a quick crash course on Ableton and all of the different features of it, how to use it, and then we actually began to go into the music production like process itself. And yes, I mean, it was challenging, but I feel like I'm really lucky I had you two with me, because you guys were really able to answer all of my questions. And it was just a really helpful process, which I think I wouldn't have been able to do without you two.
Thanks, and we're glad we could help. So your progress during the mentorship, do you think you got good progress? And how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I think when I first started the mentorship, the first song I made was just using different melodies and beats from Ableton itself. But I think I've been able to explore more different packs, and I've actually been able to make my own music, not just using the different samples from Ableton and other softwares. So I'm pretty proud of myself.
And what results would you say you've got so far?
I think that overall, my like if I'm listening to a song, I'm able to tell what instruments are getting played, what the tempo is, and it's really helpful when I'm in choir and we're trying to do like a musical exercise, or if I'm in piano and I'm doing music theory. I think overall it's just really helped my musical sense of the world and just overall like how I see the world and how I see music today.
So I remember for you, at least the time that we spent during the classes, it was not just about music production. It was a lot about what is music, what is tempo, like you just said, what is songwriting, what is lyric writing. You know, we taught you how to sing on pitch, if you remember. So apart from the music production aspect, how was your experience with us, with everything else musically?
So I think that after the mentorship, my like writing style, not even just when I was like produced, like when I was writing music, even just when I'm writing composition or writing paragraphs, I feel like it really changed because I was able to get a sort of beat to it. And I feel like my pitch changed, my range changed. I think I was able to increase my range a lot more. I was able to stay on beat, so I wasn't like going like off pitch. So I think overall it just really, really helped my voice and like my writing style.
Yeah, right. I remember you were having some issues with singing on beat, and it was kind of challenging to do it online, to teach you how to sing on beat. But I think we coordinated through WhatsApp, which brings me to the next question. We have a WhatsApp group that we use for 24/7 support. Did you think that helped?
Yes, I actually do think it helped because not only did it allow me to contact you guys, it allowed me to talk to other producers and other people going through the course at the same time. So I feel like we were able to share like issues together, like how to like solve stuff, like different tips. And I think that support was really good and it was one of the best things I feel about the mentorship.
What was making music like before any of this, before you ever started the mentoring?
I think making music, it was extremely frustrating, first of all. Like I was barely able to get anything done like when I was doing stuff. And thankfully, I feel like unlike right now, I was in quarantine at the time, so school was online, which gave me a lot more time to be in front of the computer and try to do different things. But even then, it was really hard to like figure out what to do, what every single like thing did, and how to create music on beat. So I think it was pretty hard and frustrating, but I feel like it's really changed after the mentorship. I feel much more confident in my producing, in my writing, literally anything which I do. Like from a music point of view, I feel like I'm much more confident. I can make better music.
So, your biggest takeaways in the last 8 weeks, what would you say were like your biggest achievements or things that really struck, gold for you during the mentorship?
First, I think one of my biggest ones was releasing my own song. I think maybe like one or even like one, two, even 1 year like ago, I wouldn't have ever imagined even producing music, like not just like releasing a song. I never really thought that was possible. And when it first happened and when I realized that, oh my God, I've actually like released a song, it was like this big, I don't know, like burst of emotion. Like, oh my God, I actually did this. And yeah, I realized what a big achievement it was. And I think I couldn't have done it without you guys.
And you released this track. Uh, you came in, you learned Ableton, you sat with us. It was your own original song. You wrote the lyric, you made the beat, you made the chords. So I understand it was challenging, but done a good job at your age. So congratulations on that. And you have a new single coming out. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I've been writing a lot more songs, but the one I've been working the most on is a song called Crown. It's about staying strong no matter who pushes you down. And I think that it's really powerful, especially at the time we're at, where people like, even I, like at times I feel insecure, and I know other people feel insecure as well. And this song just really is trying to push people, like saying, no matter what happens to you, you're still strong and you're you and you be you, and don't let other people get into you. And one of the lines is
Yeah,
actually
please share.
remember that you are strong, powerful, brave, bright, loved, graceful, star of the night. And it's really sort of emphasizing the fact that you are independent, you're self-reliant, and you're who you want to be, and you shouldn't let other people get to you in that way. So I feel like that's one of the most meaningful lines of the song, and that sort of revolves over around what the song is actually about.
So lyric writing, you're always strong in that. But I remember we had some challenges trying to teach you how to mix your songs because you were so new to music production. Mixing was like something different, right?
Mhm.
Um, is it easier now? Was it difficult in the beginning? What was the journey with mixing and mastering?
I think that at that point, I was so overwhelmed with the fact that I was producing music that I didn't think that it could get any better. And I didn't understand what mixing was, what it would do to my song, and how it'd make it literally 10 times better. I feel like it's much easier to do now as I'm not too overwhelmed with like, oh my God, I'm producing music and I've created a song. I feel like I can do it much more easily and it comes much more like it comes better to me than it did before.
And mastering, how long does it take for you now after you have had a good mix?
So I'd say that like let's see, I can produce for about like an hour maybe or two every like on the weekdays or not sorry not the weekdays the weekends as I don't get too much time during the weekdays because of school after school clubs and classes. So I'd say maybe like 2 weeks. So that's about 3 to 4 hours at
Okay.
most. And that's considering breaks and lunch and everything in between. So at most, maybe an hour.
So basically, you are producing one song in 2 weeks, even with your busy schedule, right? Mixing,
Um,
mastering, producing.
yeah, basically.
Very nice. And anything you'd like to share with someone who was in a similar situation as you were before you joined the mentorship, struggling, trying to figure out how to make music? What advice would you give them? And would you recommend them to join us?
So first of all, like don't give up because I felt like one of the biggest things at that time I was feeling was like, can I actually do this? Is it possible? So first of all, don't give up because yeah, you can do this. Everyone can do it. You just need to learn the correct way to do it. So I totally recommend coming into Immersed Records mentorship and really getting to learn from them what music production is because they don't only teach you how to produce music, they teach you all of the aspects of music, and I think that's extremely helpful and like from a musical point of view. So I feel like you should really go to them and
All right, thanks. A big shout out to Salil Bhayani, who was a roommate at Berkeley, and he recommended her to join us.
So there you have it. If that inspires you, you see that even at age 12, you can learn this stuff. We've had someone at age 72 learn this stuff. So there really are no limits. There are no excuses. You can learn the correct ways and you can make it happen. So feel free to reach out to us or click the link in the description to learn more. We look forward to speaking with you. Thanks for watching. Until next time.